Ready for an adventure? Let's talk accessible travel across America. We're diving into some amazing destinations, going above and beyond to make travel a joy for everyone. And it's not just about ramps and accessible restrooms, it's a whole new way of thinking about
There
travel.
really is a whole new way of thinking about it.
Like this idea from Undiscovered America, their latest episode, they said, travel is a right, not a privilege.
Right.
Powerful stuff, creating those truly inclusive experiences, not just checking boxes.
Absolutely. It's that shift that's so exciting to see.
hmm
We're moving away from simply accommodating people with disabilities to designing experiences with everyone in mind from the get-go.
Yeah, having that be the foundation, not an afterthought.
Exactly.
And speaking of foundations, have you heard about Morgan's Wonderland in Texas?
Yeah. Oh, it's incredible. Just picture this. A theme park built from the ground up with accessibility as its core principle.
So accessible, yes, but what's that actually look like? Paint me a picture.
Okay, so imagine wheelchair accessible rides, sensory-friendly attractions. They even have a 4D roller coaster designed for everyone to enjoy together. And get this, Time magazine even recognized them as one of the world's greatest places.
Wow. That's a pretty big deal. I'm adding that to my list. But let's not forget about, our country's natural beauty. I mean, Oregon, for example, stunning landscapes. But navigating them isn't always a walk in the park for everyone.
You're right, but that's what makes Oregon's dedication so remarkable. They're truly making their natural wonders accessible for everyone.
What kind of things are they doing?
Okay, well, picture Cannon Beach, one of the most iconic spots on the Oregon coast. They offer free beach wheelchairs.
It's those small things sometimes that just make the biggest difference.
Absolutely.
Letting everyone experience that feeling, the sand between their toes.
It's those little details. And it's not just the coast. They've got accessible trails at Multnomah Falls, so everyone can experience that breathtaking view.
Oh, wow.
Even the Oregon Zoo has gone above and beyond with their design.
So they're really thinking about the whole state from, city to coast. And speaking of welcoming environments, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, they're doing innovative things with autism-friendly travel.
Absolutely. Myrtle Beach is actually the first destination worldwide to receive the Champion Autism Network certification.
I've heard of the certification, but what does that actually mean for families traveling with, autistic individuals?
It's more than just a badge. It means businesses there have gone through training to understand and accommodate the needs of autistic individuals and their families.
So it's like more than just offering a quiet room if someone gets overwhelmed.
Exactly. They have something called a CAN card, a silent signal for families to communicate their needs to businesses.
Oh, interesting.
So, for example, if a child has sensory sensitivities, it alerts staff to, avoid certain sounds or actions that might be overwhelming.
That's incredible. It sounds like they've thought of everything to make traveling easier for those families. So we've got theme parks, beaches, natural wonders. What are we missing?
How about some sunshine?
Okay.
Let's head to Tampa Bay, Florida, and Mesa, Arizona.
Ooh, sunshine. I'm there.
Beautiful weather, but each with its own unique approach to accessibility.
I love it. Tell me more.
So Tampa Bay is known for its accessible attractions like the Florida Aquarium, Busch Gardens, all offering a variety of accommodations, and getting around is easy with accessible transportation.
Love that. It should be like that everywhere. Everyone deserves to experience those places. What about Mesa?
Mesa's all about adventure. They've got a program called Limitless, focused on accessible outdoor experiences, adaptive kayaking, accessible trails in the Sonoran Desert,
Wow.
even hot air balloon rides.
No way.
They want everyone to experience the thrill.
That is limitless.
And get this, Mesa is actually the first autism-certified city in the U.S.
Wow, both Tampa Bay and Mesa pushing the boundaries. I love to see it.
They really are. And to make trip planning even easier, Visit Mesa offers downloadable itineraries specifically designed for accessible travel.
That's fantastic. Taking the guesswork out of it.
Stress-free planning.
Exactly. Okay, theme parks, beaches, outdoor adventures. Is there anything these destinations haven't thought of?
Well, how about a city known for fast cars and racing?
Okay, where are we going?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. That's not the first place that comes to mind.
I know, right.
But I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's more than just the Indy 500. They've got a comprehensive accessibility guide, and it covers everything a traveler might need to know. Getting around, finding accessible restaurants and attractions.
That's fantastic. I mean, it shows real dedication.
It does. And for some local culture, the Indianapolis Cultural Trail, a fully accessible 8-mile urban trail connecting neighborhoods, cultural districts, art, food, green spaces.
Indianapolis, a city full of surprises. And speaking of inspiring individuals, we have to talk about Christy Durso. Christy's name is new to me. Tell me everything.
Okay, so Christy's got a lot going on. She's a mother, entrepreneur, travel agent, disability advocate. Did I mention she's a veteran and military wife?
Wow, that's a lot to juggle.
And she's got this deep personal connection to accessible travel.
This is where it gets really interesting. I can feel it.
So Christy uses a wheelchair and has a pacemaker.
Okay.
And to make travel even more, well, complex, her 3 children also have varying disabilities.
Wow, I can only imagine the layers of planning involved in a vacation for a family like that.
Right. So her oldest daughter has the same genetic disease that Christy has, which affects her mobility, sometimes requiring a cane. Plus, she navigates over 30 food allergies.
30! You're kidding. It's amazing they've been able to travel at all with those kinds of considerations.
Oh, and there's more. Her middle child, who's neurodivergent, ADHD, and autism, is currently serving in the military. And then her youngest has cognitive and intellectual disabilities.
Wow.
On top of it all, Christy has severe hearing loss in one ear and moderate loss in the other.
Wow. It's overwhelming even just hearing about it. I think a lot of people would just be discouraged, maybe even give up on travel.
And that's what's so inspiring about Christy's story. Despite all of that, she's a huge advocate for accessible travel. She really believes that, the world was meant to be explored, and having a disability shouldn't stop anyone from experiencing the joy of travel. She's got this great quote.
Let's go.
If you can't walk, you can still roll. If you can't see, you can listen. If you can't hear, you can observe.
I love that, reframing the whole concept.
Right. And she doesn't just talk the talk. Christy founded a travel agency called Incredible Memories Travel, and it's specifically focused on helping families with disabilities plan inclusive vacations.
So she's taking her own experiences and using them to empower others.
Exactly. And it highlights something so crucial about accessible travel. It's not just about those physical accommodations. It's about, recognizing and celebrating the diverse ways people experience the world, creating environments where everyone feels welcome. Speaking of which, what about resources?
It really strikes me that accessible travel, it benefits everyone. It's not just about, making things accessible for people with disabilities. It's about creating a world where everyone feels welcome.
100%. And when we design for accessibility, we create better experiences overall. Think about those curve cuts.
Right.
Designed for wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But they make life easier for parents, pushing strollers, delivery people, even just someone with a heavy suitcase.
Oh, for sure.
It's a ripple effect. Good for everybody.
Totally. And it just makes good business sense, like you were saying, attracting a wider range of travelers.
Absolutely. The travel industry is starting to get that, and you see more destinations prioritizing accessibility. It's a win-win.
It is a win-win. And it's not just about the destinations themselves. It's those people, working behind the scenes to make it all happen.
So true. We've got travel agents specializing in accessible travel, designers creating innovative products, advocates fighting for policy changes.
And the people living with disabilities, sharing their stories, pushing for change, inspiring others.
Their voices are so important.
And it's a team effort for sure. So what's the one thing you want our listeners to do after this? What's the call to action?
Don't be afraid to, think outside the box a little. Look for destinations that prioritize inclusivity. Do your research, ask questions, support businesses making a difference.
Love that. Sometimes the best adventures are the ones you least expect.
Right. And remember, accessible travel benefits everyone. It's about empathy, understanding, a love of exploration for everyone.
I don't have said it better myself. Okay, I think that about wraps up this deep dive into the world of accessible travel.
Until next time, keep exploring. The world is waiting.